Hey folks, what's up? It's me, Dr. Mike, for a Renaissance Periodization, and I would like for you to come along with me for a little ride. And the ride isn't that fun. It's not a roller coaster. It's just myself and Jared training back. This is like a real world vlog style training session where we just train back like we normally do. It's Wednesday morning. And we're in Las Vegas, Nevada at Elevation Gym. We go to a couple gyms here, the other two being Fit Club and, of course, well, I was going to swear, but the FN Dragons Lair, Flex FN Lewis. All great gyms. This one's great too. If you're ever here in Las Vegas, Nevada, I would check those three gyms out at least. We are going to be doing bake, 3 exercises. Jared's back is a little bit hurt. He has a back injury kind of in his lower back, so he's going to be trying to figure out ways around that. We'll see how that works. I'm feeling pretty good, but we'll find out what's going on. We got pull-ups, assisted pull-ups for more volume and slightly high repetitions, and then cable flexion rows. We are gonna warm up with assisted pull-ups for regular pull-ups because, well, we weigh like 200 and whatever odd pounds, gotta warm up. So we're gonna start doing that right now. And if you really like this kind of video, a little vlog style training session, we do these all the time in the member section. So this is kind of like one of those little like, oh, the members get it and you get it as well. But if you want more of this kind of stuff, give some thought to signing up for the membership. It's like $5 a month, and you get an extra video every week. And every now and again, one of these videos will be this vlog style training. We recorded a bunch of them. We're gonna record a bunch more in the future. So come along for the ride. Warming it up, warming it up. Assisted pull-ups are excellent warm-up for regular pull-ups. Exercise is very similar. You can use a very small fraction of weight. One thing that's pretty cool in warm-ups is you instantly realize the utility of the warm-up. Because typically the first warm-up set, and I'm using 160 pounds of extra assistance, which is a ton. Typically the warm-up set feels like I'm so weak and my joints are so creaky that the idea that this would instead be my first work set is wild. I would underperform like crazy. I'd be like 6 reps off of what I could normally do. Ugh. And I would be a little bit concerned about getting hurt. Doing things cold is stupid. Which is why when people try to do like pull-ups cold, I was like, what are you doing? Well, I do push-ups like this too. Like, you should warm those up too. When I start warming up, everything feels creaky and weak and weird. And I'm like, oh my God, fuck am I even supposed to do this? Blood gets flowing, joints get greasy. Second warm-up set, I'm like, better. Still don't know how I'm gonna do this work set shit. Third warm-up set, I'm like, okay, great. First work set, I'm like, okay, damn, it felt pretty good. And the second work set, I'm typically like, we're grooving for sure. On to the next work sets. How do I know what I'm gonna be training? Bottom left. That's what knows my training nowadays, the RP training app. And as you can see, it already has my lifts program from last time and has automatically updated my rep goals and the weights that I'm using. After I do each one, I'll check in. Yahoo. I just gotta follow what the app says. $160 pounds of resistance for 12. 85 pounds of assistance rather for 8. Feeling pretty groovy. Probably go to the actual pull-up station. You'll see in a sec. It's not that great. And then I will probably do about 2 reps, get the feel for it, and the next set after, there's a work set. We're shooting for all around 10.
What's doing here? I think it's wide enough.
Yeah. Oh, I hate feeling constrained. Let me try. Works.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm putting on straps. Jared said they helped a lot on this. I have this thing with straps where recently, since I'm getting older, I'm 38, bodybuilding career maybe has a couple years left in it. I'm trying to milk all the gains that I possibly can. And there's still this egotistical thing of like, well, I don't need straps for this. But if they get me one extra high quality rep with a mind muscle connection that's really good versus me having to think about my grip at the same time, I think it's worth it. So I'm trying to do is like, I'll just use straps on anything I need to even hypothetically get a small benefit from. I'll use the shit. If you think about it for a while and you're like, why am I in here? Is it to do some ego bullshit with my grip or is it to get a big back? The answer kind of clarifies itself. Ugly last rep. Body weight. Target. 11 reps. I got. Check marked. Automatically moves down to the next set. 8 is my rep target for this next set. I gotta get 8 pull-ups. This pre-plans my progression for me to make sure that I'm hitting small PRs every session. If I can't, it auto detects that my performance is off and it tells me, hey, you good? And if I fix it in half a week, it says, hey, everything's good. Everyone has a bad day. If it finds out that for a week straight, you've been declining on a muscle group, it recommends a deload or a few recovery sessions. Weird. Sports science. Game. Literally, right? Being spit. Amazing. Real life. I'm gonna try a set with no straps. Unfortunately, putting straps under this thing is kind of tough. I like to cinch them in and I can't get a good angle to cinch. So I'll just use some extra chalk and see if I can get that situation going. These are actually pretty good grip elements. So pray for me. Worked. Whew. I don't want to brag. You might not be able to do this because you're not at that level of financial wealth. I straight up walked into a Walmart a couple days ago, legally purchased this item. I got it, man.
Mike just wants you to think he shops at Walmart. He got that from the Reebok store. They invited him over.
What's a Reebok store? They have a thing called a Reebok store?
I have no idea.
My Ascent concentric, pretty explosive, which is nice to generate a lot of muscle activation that way. Not mandatory, that's how I like to do them. But the eccentric, especially at the bottom, is slow. I'm gonna really, really milk that stretch, and also a fast reversal at the bottom. Slight increase in injury risk. And for what? To do more reps. Why? To grow more muscle. Yes, but what if you did fewer reps, but did each rep better? You grow probably the same amount of muscle from that, but with a net reduction in injury risk. You're kind of like winning on all sides there. The only loss you're taking is you type in 7 instead of 6 reps or whatever, or 6 instead of 7 in your notebook or in your RP training app coming soon. So a lot of stuff in the gym is kind of ego driven by default. And you sort of don't process that. Like, oh, why am I trying so hard to get 12 reps on here at the expense of my technique? And you think about it longer, you're like, 'cause 12 reps, damn it. And then you're like, wait a minute. If the technique is good, the progression should result from just me getting stronger over time. We gotta zero in on a really, really good technique and make sure that the reps come as they come. If I can't get another rep with good technique, it's just not happening that day. 11, 8, 7, 6, pull-ups. That's the last set, 6. Time for assisted pull-ups, same grip. The big benefit of assisted pull-ups is twofold. One, you get more repetitions per set, which can a lot of times put you in that rep range that's more conducive to growth. At this point, I'd be doing sets of 4 and 3, probably better to do sets of 5 to 10. But I'm gonna actually get into the 10 to 15 range with the assistants. The other benefit is that the assisted pull-up slows the movement down for you and puts it on rails. So you can think less about the mechanics of pulling and more about how the mind-muscle connection is feeling. Are you getting that good peak contraction? Are you really letting that stretch pull the muscle apart? The mind-muscle connection and assisted pull-ups, it's not just helping you with weight and you just do the same old pull-up that you can. It helps you with the weight so you can focus more on your technique, on your mind-muscle connection specifically, not your gross motor technique. I think that's a really, really big thing. And if you do assisted pull-ups right, it's a light bulb moment where you're like, oh, fuck. This isn't just pull-ups with assistance. It's a little bit more than that to really, really meticulous muscle growth training. Holy moly. Oh, I can feel that. This is a great hammer strength assisted chin and dip. Recommended. Very good machine. Not the best of its kind, but damn, it's up there. Really critical things to look for in an assisted pull-up machine are 1, good range of motion, especially bottom stretch. 2 is very smooth lubrication, which combines with 3 to be something like you can get a lot of eccentric loading, a lot of loading on the stretch. Some machines, it's really hard to pull up, and then on the way down, you're like, that's no good. The eccentric is huge, and robbing yourself of that, not gonna result in a ton more growth. This machine pretty well checks all those boxes, so it's good in my book. So, good enough grips for me here, especially with just the assistance weight. I don't have to use straps, reverses. Not bad. Not bad. Just really trying to focus on following the movement. Up is just up, whatever. Following it down. Feeling my lats stretch under load and really pull apart. Really helps me make sure I'm preferentially activating my lats as the thing that slows it down. So on the way up, I'm kind of using my entire pull complex. I don't care, lats, biceps, everything. On the way up, I try to preferentially activate my lats, which really kind of is like a mini eccentric accentuated overload training. Because if I just use my lats alone, tried to, however effective that is to get up, I'd probably get a fewer reps. This way I get more reps and each one of them is eccentrically overloading to my lats. It's a big deal. I think it, on the margin, may do a little something extra. I'm sure some of you are watching this video and you're like, I do a bunch of pull-ups. I do a bunch of assisted pull-ups. The only thing left is cable rows. We'll talk about those in a bit. It's like 3 exercises, sort of, maybe like 2, 2.5. It's not exciting training. It's not in this case. But the way Jared and I construct our understanding of training is we want results. We want the best possible long-term results. And if, according to our knowledge of sports science and our experience and feedback, multiple straight sets, close to failure, of the same or similar movements seem to give us the best results. That's what we're doing. Is it maximally entertaining for the viewer or for ourselves? Using a bunch of different machines, different angles. Fuck, man. No shade, but I saw someone I follow on the internet did a back workout. It was like 5x12, seemingly like 6 different movements. I was like, holy shit. That's just a lot of different moving around. And it was short rest and it wasn't close to fail. But it was definitely more exciting to watch. As a viewer, if you watch that back workout, you're like, wow, there's all kinds of different stuff going on. This is cool. You can like learn a lot from it, different angles, different machines he uses. He used some of the same machines, but very different pulling styles. It's kind of like it's like a car commercial. When you see a car, it drives in the city, it picks up the kids, it drives in the country, it goes up and down mountain roads, it picks up a goat, shit like that. Drives by a lake, drives on the sun. And you're like, wow, this car can do a lot. For sure. When you actually buy the car, you're using it to go to work and drop your kids off at school. You're probably not hitting any fucking mountain ranges on your way. And that's the difference between driving a car for utility versus driving a car to show off. So our workouts are very utilitarian in the sense that they're purely utilitarian. The utility from them is maximum muscle growth accretion over time. You can learn a little bit at least to like the monotony, to embrace it. To see 5 sets of assisted pull-ups on your program and be like, I like this. And someone's like, really? It's the same thing. You're like, I like the fact that I plug in and really dig into the monotony and the pain and the brutality. And I know I'm gonna get the best results. And I learn to like the thing that gives me the best results. I'll just get into this straight.
This one? Underhand?
Overhand, but I love this part. It's really like, I don't know, clicks. You guys like that science? Just fuck clicks, bro. Just fuck feel my back clicking. 55 pounds for Jared Feather. 120 pounds for who? His daddy. Me. Many of you don't know this. It's 2 things. 1, Jared Feather is my literal biological son. 2, and I know this is crazy.
Our birth certificate's public access.
Motherfucker, you know you don't have a birth certificate.
I do, and I don't have a father on it.
No. That's the shit your mama drove with that crayon. 4 sets on this. My reps are in the 15 to 20 range. Whatever the app says. What I did last time plus a rep. So that's gonna be fun. Focus on technique. Jared has a back injury that's kind of hurt him a little bit, so he might go do some inverted rows or machine rows or something. So, when I'm doing this exercise, is I push my hips back really far. I try to lean forward a little to get that ultra deep stretch, and then arch, but not lean back. So shit, my spine is perpendicular to the ground, gentle touch to the tummy, and then pulling that eccentric. I want my back to round at the bottom, pulling all the fibers out, deep stretch, huge growth drive, and then back again. It's not a lot of weight. It's not very intense. It's not systemically fatiguing, but goddamn, this is zap the back. Holy shit. Ow. That fucking mid back kills. Those are my biggest muscles already. My dick-shaped erectors. But bigger is better. 17 repetitions. No, JK 16, misread it. Back is pumped, plumped, feeling swole. Joint pain is great. Man, if everything was like vertical pulling for high reps, it'd be sweet. But yeah, weighed 245 pounds this morning, thereabouts. Pretty lean. So it's in a good place. Have another few weeks left of kind of very slow massing. And then after that, it's a little active rest phase, about 2 weeks. Contest diet, contest prep. I'm gonna be targeting July, mid-July. Gonna do Masters Nationals. And Jared is, what are you competing in next?
I don't know, either Charlotte or Pittsburgh.
Jared diets down, and once he gets lean, he picks a show, which I actually think is smart. Super awesome to be able to use the alpha build of the RP training app. Long time in the works, and it's just kind of sweet to be able to like see everything you need to do. You can edit whatever you want. Reps and load after the first week. I'll pre-program for you for the progression, so you don't even have to think like, oh, should I add 10 pounds or whatever? It does it for you, and you just hit the reps and the weight that it says. It's kind of freeing because I wrote the algorithm. I know it's a good decision. And then I can't use like excuses of like, oh, well, I don't know. Like that's what it says. You should be able to do this if your progression is good. It's pretty liberating to train like that. We'll let you guys know when that app is up for sale. It'll be $150,000 second to use, but you can save big by getting the year for $3 trillion. And we'll hit you with those prices again later, but a little less. Anyway, that's been the training, folks. This is what our training really looks like. No bells, no whistles, minimal grunting. Every now and again, a pathetic scream for help. You know, like the things you do in the dungeon with your mistress or silver daddy. Yes, yes. Anyway, Jared, any wise words before we let the folks go?
You did a good job, Mike.
What was that?
You did a good job.
Shut up.
Okay.